Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future guitar and music-related videos. I can do bass stuff. I have a bass, so let me know what you want to do, and I will do it to the best of my ability and try to get her done. So, let's talk about Harley Benton today, and I know I have kind of crapped on them in the past a little bit. I never outright blatantly said their products are bad, but I was annoyed because you do see weird price fluctuations because of the market or whatever reason. They have increased prices after people have done reviews on their product, and that just generally annoys me. For instance, the 2x12 I was mentioning before, Phil McKnight did a review of that a while back with the two vintage 30s in it, and that is at $200 around that general price range is a pretty good deal when you're looking at probably the $500 range for most name brands, I would say. You know, your Mesa Boogie, your Marshall, your Orange, kind of the three major go-tos for things that have vintage 30s in them. Although, keep in mind, Marshall has their own specifically designed vintage 30s, and Mesa Boogie also has their own specifically designed vintage 30s. So you're not going to get exactly that. You're going to get something a little bit different, which isn't always necessarily a bad thing because everybody loves vintage 30s. But that is still the case as of right now. I looked again just real quick before I started doing this video, and I found out that now they are currently selling for $215 when at one point they were selling for like $189. So I'm hoping that isn't a permanent price fluctuation. I'm still waiting to see if they get to that $200 mark again, because I probably will end up buying a 2x12 cabinet from them eventually, just because it's probably one of the cheaper things I can find, and I don't really need to spend a crap ton of money on a guitar cabinet when I already got a 4x12 and I just want something a little bit more portable, you know, for either playing out. You can definitely do a gig with that, mic it up, or just going to practice. It's definitely a lot lighter than hauling around a friggin' close to 100-pound 4x12 that I got back there in the corner. But anyway, moving on to what I actually would like to talk about today. And Harley Benton, there's this article on Guitar World magazine is where I'm getting this from, but I've also seen it's on their website as well, is they have a headless guitar. And most times when you look at a headless guitar, you're looking at, I think it's the Steinbergs and the Stanbergs, and whatever Sarah Longfield is playing these days, you're looking at a bare minimum $1,000, and usually they're like pushing $3,000. They're not cheap. They are expensive guitars, because you have to have a specific bridge system. You have to have like a locking string system up top of the neck. The nut's kind of weird. Just looking at it, I have a picture right in front of me. I'm not exactly sure how the nut works on these things. I think it's just a regular guitar nut, and they have basically the neck is where you string the ball end through. It's not, I don't believe it's like a Floyd Rose. Correct me if I'm wrong, where there's like a locking nut at the top of the guitar. But it's like that, and then the tuners are really weird because you tune the guitar at the end of the guitar like a Floyd Rose would. So I'm guessing it's kind of like similar to like a fine tuner type thing. But I personally never owned a headless guitar, but I might have to pick this thing up because it is definitely in a price range that I would feel comfortable purchasing at. However, I would definitely try to find a used one first, because I like to buy used. I don't like to buy new, because then you can usually find an even better deal on it. But I just want to go through the specs of this thing. It's about $550. They are currently all sold out on Thomann right now, so you're not going to be able to buy one for a while. I mean, sub $500 headless guitar, stainless steel frets, roasted neck. Yeah, you see where I'm getting at with this. People are going to buy it. So it's called the Dulham F224. It says premium looking features, including a new roasted maple neck at a low price. And basically it has an ergonomic older body. I'll put a picture up on the screen probably at some point just so you can see it. The electronics in this, I'm going to be honest, are probably garbage. I've never had a Harley Benton to tell you how the electronics are, but it seems generally most people like to use them as a modding platform. I think they're active pickups. So I think it's probably like a copy of like an EMG 8185 type situation, but it's a roasted maple neck. You got an older body, solid color, so I don't know how many different pieces of wood this is made up. You got like a three-way switch, looks like, stainless steel frets, 24 frets. The heel, honestly, I do not like the heel. They could have just rounded it off. I've showed you my PV Predator Plus before. Ibanez does it too, where the entire like heel joint is like round as opposed to a square. And they definitely went more with the square on this particular guitar. It looks like it has that kind of fender cut, like on the new, what the heck are they calling them now? Like the Fender Professional series or something like that, where the base plate, it's like a screw here, and it's like they kind of cut off that corner so you can get higher access to the other frets. And I could definitely see that being a problem. It looks like there's a belly cut, but I am not 100% positive. Maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell with it being a solid color. I don't actually think that it is active pickups now that I'm looking at it. They definitely look more like they're passive as well. The neck is flamed, so I don't know if that's on all the guitars or if that's just this particular image, but it is a flamed maple neck 100%. So that's definitely interesting. I don't even understand why they did that, because if you go to like a site like Warmouth, Musicraft, something along those lines, and order a neck, the flamed maple is usually significantly more expensive. It doesn't happen as often. They could easily have just left it as regular roasted maple and probably driven the price down maybe $50 to $100. Unless it's some sort of veneer or striping they just paint on the wood. I could definitely see them doing that as well, because it is a cheaper guitar. Obviously, I really like roasted maple. I've always liked roasted maple. That's probably one of my favorite things. I enjoy 24 frets on a guitar, although currently I do not own one that has 24 frets. I also do enjoy the truss rod being at the bottom, where you can basically, you don't have to use a wrench. You can just kind of shove something in there. Like an Allen wrench. Actually, that's probably what I would use as the back end of an Allen wrench to adjust the truss rod from the bottom of the guitar. Very accessible, so no issues there. The two major things, or three I should say, is the electronics are probably going to be bad in this, so you might want to just replace the pickups almost immediately when you buy the thing. I don't know why they have like that weird big cut kind of thing going on near the end of the guitar where the strings are inserted and the tuners are. I mean, I can see it definitely being easier to tune the guitar if you have less wood there, but at the same time, I feel like if they moved that entire thing back where the tuners were kind of sticking out at the end of the guitar maybe, and then had like a Gibson style kind of bridge on there, not the tailpiece but the bridge, just so they could obviously get the scale length correct. But that might be something, if I get a hold of it, that I can definitely see. I mean, it's got a nice arm cut, some nice contours on there. They did do the heel contour, even though it's probably not going to be as nice as like an Ibanez or a PV guitar that have made them completely round. But yet again, this is all speculation. I got to get this thing in my hand to actually play it. And it looks like this thing's going to be out of stock for a while, but hopefully we can get her in stock. Hopefully I can do a demo of it. If Harley Benton, if you're interested, let me know. Not that you're going to be, because I only have like 100 subscribers on this channel, but I'm throwing that out there for the heck of it. Why not try to get a free guitar, if you can? And I would love to review this thing. But I'm just kind of hoping. I'm going to go to the Harley Benton website right now and see if it is specifically flame maple that they're doing it as, or if it is just... So I see one that's roasted maple, and this one is showing as like $469 US. And it is actually showing the flame maple, so I am guessing it's probably going to be a flame maple. Yeah, so I'm going to run down the specs here off the actual Thomann website. Ergonomically shaped older body, roasted Canadian flame, hard maple neck. So there's some of your money right there. Honestly, yes, flame maple looks pretty. It's nice. It's beautiful. But for a guitar in this price range, you could definitely drive down the cost by not doing a flame maple neck and just doing a regular roasted, or sorry, I should say a roasted flame maple, and just doing a regular roasted maple neck. There's not really a particular reason, in my opinion, as to why you would need to make this flamed and, drive the price up. Bolt-on neck attachment, roasted Canadian flame hard maple fretboard, so it's two-piece neck. Obviously the fretboard is there. Back offset dots on the fretboard, modern C neck profile, so that's probably like your standard Fender profile, which is, as you can play on that all day. 22 stainless steel jumbo frets. Ooh, Graph-Tac Tusk XL nut, that is nice. Nut width is 42 millimeters, scale is 25.5, fingerboard radius 350. That's an interesting fingerboard radius, unless they put it in terms I'm not familiar with. It says 350 millimeters or 13/78. Pick up a Roswell HAF B King on Eagle 5 bridge and Roswell HAF N BK on Eagle 5. So basically same humbuckers. Both have an Eagle 5, so they might be halfway decent. Master volume, master tone. Oh, 5-way switch. That's actually kind of more interesting. So that means you can, kind of split the coil. So it says bridge single coil, neck, bridge humbucker, neck humbucker parallel, and so I actually have a neck humbucker. So there's actually not a single coil for the neck. So basically bridge single coils, neck in bridge, humbucker, neck humbucker, parallel, neck humbucker. So is there not just, there's the bridge by itself. Yeah, that's interesting. Apollo mono bridge, HLST BO2 bridge, whatever the heck that means. Comes with the Dario EXL strings, color is ice blue gloss, comes with the gig bag. Just Googling the bridge here is, I can only find it on one site, and I can't tell if they're like $15 per individual piece or $15 to $35 for the set. They're saying that it's all second hand, so I don't have a brand new price. But I guess we can probably assume that the price would probably be in the $60 range for the bridge, which is pretty reasonable for, a headless guitar. But I'm hoping they throw some new fancy colors out, because it looks like they only got the one color right now. But let me know what you would like to see on this guitar in the future, because that would be curious. For me, I don't need the flame maple neck and fretboard, so just make that regular roasted maple. Will be perfectly fine with that. Keep the stainless steel frets. Pickup-wise, maybe throw some EMGs in there. I could definitely see maybe some Fishmans in there, some Seymour Duncans or Duncan Design. I'm good with any of that. Color-wise, I just want to see, a variety of colors, not just one color, because as of right now, we have a single color, and that's it. But yet again, let me know what you would like to see from this guitar in the comments down below. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.